quickly recap linked server and orphan users, and then we will go to the other topics. So linked servers we uses for doing cross-server database queries. So we already seen how to create a linked server. Let me open SSMS. Okay, so there are two instances here. One is batch 34, another one is batch 35. So let me create a linked server first, then we will discuss the concept. So how to create linked server? Open. So whatever the source you want to do, database queries. For example, you want to, let me open Excel. So I am in this server batch 35. Okay. I want to query some tables residing in batch 34 instance. So tables resides here. I am sitting here. That means source database. And this one is target database. So from here, I want to connect to 34, another server. So what we can do is, so first we need a login here. With the help of login only we can connect, right? So we need to create a login under 34. So I'm creating login name as a link helper. Link helper. So password is 1234 I use. And I assigned this link helper to sysadmin. So server role I assigned as sysadmin. Link helper contains each and every permission in the SQL server. Now from B35, I'll connect to B34 with the help of link helper, and I'll query all these tables. For example, I have customers table here. So from here, I'll connect to B34 and I'll query customers. So I'll see what is inside customer table. Okay. So in B35, go to server objects, go to linked server, right click on linked server, new linked server. So whenever you are creating first time linked server between both SQL servers, I mean source server also SQL server, target destination server also SQL server. You can create like this. Otherwise, you can create, for example, source server as a SQL server. Okay, destination is Oracle also you can take, or you can take Postgre also. PostgreSQL, MySQL. There are multiple database sources. So whatever database source you want to connect, you can connect to other database source also. So whenever you are creating linked server between same both SQL servers, you will choose SQL server. Already I created some linked servers here. So default server I already utilized. So again, if you want to create same linked server, for example, so in our company, so we have Giri, we have Gaurav. Gaurav. Is it okay spelling? Yeah. So let's assume we have two employees. Okay. So first initially Giri came to me and he asked, so he's sitting in B35. He want to query B34 tables. So I created a default linked server where I utilized default name, SQL server name. Okay. So this linked server is called default linked server. So where I utilized server name B34 server name. Fine. Next, Gaurav came to me and asked, he wants also to see same table, but he don't want to use existing linked server. He want to see new linked server. In this scenario, we don't give here linked server name as an instance. So we can provide like this is Gaurav DB link. We can provide whatever name we want. So we need to choose other data source, even though it is SQL server. So only once we can use SQL server. Second time you need to choose other data source. So other data source, you need to choose driver. Right now I am choosing OLEDB provider for SQL server. Product name, this is SQL server, right? So I am writing here SQL server. Then data source, wherever data source is, here you need to provide the instance name. So go to here, SSMS, what is the instance name? So query it, select attach server name. This is the instance name, copy this, go to here. So provide instance name as the, okay, sorry. Why is it taking this? Let me copy one more time. Done. So under data source column option, I have given instance name. So if you want any specific database, you can mention it on catalog. I'm not mentioning any specific database, so I can see all the database inside 34. So go to security. You can use the same login, or if you want, you can create different login in 34. You can use that log. Right now, I am using same login. Link helper is the login. So my password is, I changed the password. Hari123 is the password. Go to server options. Go to RPC. RPC true. Turn RPC in and RPC out. Both I am making it as a true. Click on OK. Okay, now go to instance 35. Refresh this. Linked servers. Refresh. Find Gaurav DB link is created. Open this. Open catalog. Catalog means databases here. So you can see all the databases. From 35, you can query 34 instance tables and databases. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So
The,
here, just one doubt, Hari.
okay.
So here it will not be created as a copy, right? It will be linking. That's it. Only the
Yes.
names would have
It
taken,
is
right?
just link to, that is why we called it as a linked server. So we are
Okay.
linking to direct server. So if you do any modifications here, so directly main database will be changed. Let me show you. For
Okay.
example, open any database. Let's take our ODB, go to tables. So what are the tables we have inside the database? Okay. Take customers table, open this. Okay, we have 50 customers in it, right? Let me go to customers. Okay, let me go to 35. Open GauravDB link. So GauravDB tables. From here, okay, first I'll check customers table. How can I check? Select star from. So first you need to mention instance name. What is the instance name? Otherwise here, linked server name. Linked server name dot schema name. Okay, next database name. Fine. Then schema name DBO dot table name is customers. Execute this. Can't find. Okay, fine. I'll take server name. Okay. So I opened here this table. I will insert some rows. 50 records are there. So let me insert 51 record from here. So 51th record insert into table name. Again, you need to take all these things because we are residing in another server. Insert into this table. Values are so for 51, comma, Hari, first name, comma, Kumar, second name, comma, email, hari@gmail.com. Then phone number, something like this. Address, then city, let's take KDP, date, AP, then come to postal code 516001. That's it.
There is one
Some,
more one now. Yeah.
yeah, somewhere we missed comma. Here
One
it is. So whenever you are mentioning just values, okay, you need to clearly mention in order. Whatever the order is, in the same order, you need to mention all the values. Otherwise, if you don't want to mention in order, you need to mention column names here. So you can mention like columns. So column name, whatever column name in the order you mention, in the same order we can insert. So right now I am not mentioning any columns here. Okay, let me insert these values. Execute, done. So where are we? In which server are we? In 34. So we are executing values in 35. Go to, okay. So we are in 34 only, right? Okay, we should insert this value from 35. Okay, let me change this. Go to here, 35. Otherwise, let me try with Gaurav link. Maybe because of that only, it has not accepted us. Okay, so with linked server name also, we can query the data. So here with the same linked server, I'll insert data. Copy this. Paste it. So I'm inserting data insert into this linked server table. So where am I? I am under 35. So I want to insert data into 34. Violation of primary. Okay. So we need to change the primary key. First ID column because same ID will not accept on the table. Done. Now go to 34. 52nd record we have inserted. Go to customers table. Open this. So you can see 52nd record. Is it clear? From one server, we can make changes to other server with the help of linked server. Any doubts here?
Nothing.
No.
So each and every time you need to go graphical, you can make linked server through command line also. How? For example, we already created one linked server, right? Just right click on this, script linked server as, go to script linked server as, create to new query window. Then whatever the settings already we have given, all the settings and all the things will be scripted out. Okay, so then you can use this script. You need to only make two changes here. First change is linked server name. Second change is password. So with the help of this, you can create n number of linked servers again and again. So if you want, you can change login name also. Let me create one more link with the same script. For example, Gaurav DB link, right? I'll make this as a Harry link. Copy. Okay. This is Harry link. I am creating new linked server. Find, replace all. Done, completed. Then go to login. So here login information will be there. You need to provide password for that. So end. Here is the password, remote password. So here in the place of remote password, you need to provide password, you need to provide actual password. Okay, so this is the login. If you want, you can change login also. Is it clear? Now let me execute this. So I changed main linked server name and password. Let me execute this. Done. Refresh it here. So you can see another linked server with Hari link and all the databases you can see. Any doubts? So you can save this script actually somewhere wherever you want. You can save the script. Whenever you want, you can use the same script to create linked server. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then let me quickly move to orphan user concept. Already we discussed this. Let me quickly recap what we have discussed. So I am under batch 34. Okay, go to databases. Go to GoRoDB and security and users. So we have ABC user, we have guest RE123 user, U1, U2, U3. So orphan user is, what is orphan user? An user which does not have, okay, associated login is called as orphan user. So an user which doesn't have any login, associated login called as orphan user. How can we find orphan users? Script is, command is sp underscore, change underscore, users underscore, login. So change, we are looking for change. What change? Users login change. Okay, here you need to mention report. And before this, so if you are executing multiple statements, you need to mention exec execute. Otherwise, not required. If you are executing single statement, not required. So let me execute this. So we have whatever orphan users are there, we can find all the orphan users list using this statement. So there are multiple ways to fix the orphan users. One method is creating login with user SID. SID means security identifier. Another method is, this is one. Second method is autofix method. So create a login with same name. Okay. So use autofix statement. Third method is if you already have different login and you want to associate with an orphan user. That means what does this mean? So username and login name is different. Then in that scenario, you can use update one method. Method name is update one. Okay, let me use one by one. So we have 4 orphan users. I'll create right now. Let me quickly, okay, copy this SID. So I copied SID. How to create a login? What is the create login statement? Can anybody tell? Giri, or create login.
Create login, then that
Login
login
name,
name.
okay, with
Password.
password.
With password is equal to.
Password equal to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, comma, mention SID equal to this one. That's it. Okay, whenever you are creating a login, you should be in master database. Make sure you should be in master database. Otherwise, uh, so even though you are not in master database, automatically login will be created through master, but it is best practice to be in master database. Okay, so let me create this. Execute, done, go to GoRoDB. Now check the orphan user statement, sp underscore, change underscore, users login. So we need report, login spelling mistake. Execute. Where are we? Okay, we didn't execute this statement first.
Yes.
Done. Check this. So Hari 1 to 3 is fixed. So this is called fixing orphan users. Okay. So next method, we will use update one method. So on the update one method, we need to have different login. So I am creating update one method. A login. So create login L1 with password equal to L1. Maybe we may have L1. Let me take like this. With password equal to 1234. Done. Execute this. We created L underscore 1 as a login. Now I'll use SP underscore change underscore users underscore login. So which method are we using? Date one, comma. So what is the login name? First name is U1 is the user, then L underscore 1 is the login. So execute this statement. Just a minute.
Spelling is wrong, I think.
Okay. Okay. There is no spelling mistake. It is fine. Let me execute this.
Update one.
Update one. Okay, done. Yeti. Done. So in this scenario, what we are doing, we are merging an user with login by using same SID. Okay. So can you quickly check orphan user list? U1 also fixed. So because we used update one here. Any doubts here?
No.
This is username and this is login name. So let me use another method, that is autofix method. So autofix method is you can directly create login without the help of separately creating login. For example, sp underscore change underscore users underscore login. So autofix method. So you need to mention username. What is username? U3. Okay, otherwise U2. Don't mention anything here. Mention null. Then provide password. So what happens here? Any guess? So with the name of U2, okay, a login will be created in the place of null with this password. Is it clear? Any doubts in this statement?
No.
No.
So what happens here? So we have U2 and we don't have login. So whenever you mention null in the place of null, same name will be taken as a login name and password will be taken this parameter. So now let me execute this. Done. Okay. Go and check orphan user list. U2 also fixed. So only remaining item is U3. So you can use auto fix method in another way also, auto fix method. How to use that? First, we will create login U3 with password equal to 1234. So now we have same username and same login name, but we have different SIDs. How you can say? So check the orphan user list. Even though you created a login, it will show under orphan user. So if we check Okay, let me check SIDs. Select star from. I want only name, right? Name, comma, star from this dot logins. This logins. Okay, where database name, database ID you can provide. Okay, let it be. So in the same way, select star from this dot users. So check both commands. Okay, here we will take database name. Login name. We will take login name. So name where name equal to U3. Here also where name equal to U3. So we are querying both statements where name is U3. So here also I'll make in order name comma SID comma star. Now check. So U3 we have login also. From first statement we can see login information. From second statement you can see user information. But both SIDs are not same. In this scenario we can use autofix method like this sp underscore change underscore. We are changing. What are we changing? Users login. So here we use autofix. So nothing you need to mention, just mention U3. That's it. Everything it will be fixed automatically. So go on mention exec as a prefix. Exec means execute. Let me execute this. Done. So what it is doing now? So it will check whether U3 login is exist, whether U3 user is exist. If both are exist, then it will merge both SIDs and make it one. Then orphan users will be fixed. Let me check the report one more time. So no orphan users. Is it clear? Any doubts as of now so far? So orphan users you need to fix within database, not instance level. Up in database level, you will fix. Any confusion?
So Hari, last one when you mentioned, so
Yes.
which SID will be considered while autofix?
Yes, a very good question. Let me explore that. I didn't remember exactly, but I can show you demo. Let me quickly delete U3 login. We will fix it again. We will check which SID it will take. Okay, go to logins. Under logins, where is this U3? Let me refresh. U3 is here. Delete this. Click on OK. Done. U3 deleted. Now if you check, you can see U3 as a orphan user. Okay, done. Now create a new login. So I'm creating a new login U3. Fine. Now let me check both SIDs and usernames. Fine. Let me copy both of them. So this is login SID. And this is user SID. Now let me fix this. Auto fix. Done. Execute this again. So which SID is it?
Login SID.
It is login SID. So user SID will be changed as a login SID because login SID is superior than user SID.
Sure. Okay.
So in this scenario, login SID will be applicable to user. So now let me go to other topic. Topic name is contained database. So we discussed this linked server, fine, RPC in, RPC out also we discussed. So RPC in why we use. So if you are, so you are sitting here, someone wants to change, someone wants to do some changes in your computer, you need to enable RPC. Okay, you want to do some changes to other computer, other server, you need to enable RPC out. That's it. Then come to orphan user, we discussed this, how to compulsory interview question. How can you find orphan users? You need to tell sp underscore change underscore users underscore login report. I use this statement. So how can you fix orphan users? We have multiple methods. We can create a login with user SID, or we can use update one method and autofix method. This is the answer. Now let me go to contained database. Okay, so as of now, we were discussing two fundamental things. First thing is a login cannot enter into a database without the help of user. Is this statement true or false? I typed a statement. Is it true or false?
Yes, it is true.
Okay, so it is true. Fine. An user without login cannot connect to SQL server. Is it true or false?
True.
True.
Okay. So now I had a situation. For example, let me show you. Okay. So what I am doing is I took backup of DB, which is in B34. Let me take backup. Go right click, task, backup. Okay. So in this path, backup saved, click on OK. Done. Backup completed. I'll go to that path. Where is that path? So C drive, Microsoft program files, Microsoft SQL Server, then batch 34, MS SQL backup. Open this here. GoDB backup is available. I'm copying this and I'm going a step back. So instead of batch 34, I'm going to batch 35. Okay. So under MS SQL, under backups, I am copying this backup from 34 to 35. So are you following me? What I am doing? Are you able to process this? So DB is under batch 34 instance. From there, I took backup. So I copied from there and pasted in B35. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now what I am doing is, so in 35, I'll restore the database. How to restore? On databases, right click and restore database. Okay, device. So we will discuss about backup and restores later. So click on this. DB is available here. Click on OK. Go to files, relocate folder, click on OK. Done. So here in batch 35, the database is restored. Let me open this. Okay, fine. So what did we do? We copied database from 34 to 35, right?
Yes.
So with the database, all users will move to 35 instance. Is it right? All users will come here.
Yes. Yes.
But what about logins? We moved database. Okay. So users came with database, but what about logins? Logins are related to instance level. So you cannot copy all logins with database. here we will face an issue. Issue is orphan user issue. So how can you check orphan user list? sp underscore change underscore users underscore login report. Execute this statement. So even though, okay, where are we? We should be in GauravDB. As per the scenario, GauravDB should not contain any orphan users because each and every user has associated login in batch 34. Is it clear?
Yes.
But whenever copied that database from 34 to 35, users came, but logins has not came automatically. So what can happen in this scenario? For example, U1 want to enter into database. So if U1 want to enter into database, connect here. So he need login, right? But he doesn't have login in batch 35. So he cannot enter into SQL Server.
Okay. So how many n number of users, whatever users are there, everything will be not having the logins, right?
Yes,
Everyone will be orphan users.
because you taken backup of database, not logins. So login is
Correct.
different thing. Logins comes under what? Instance level. So this is an instance. Under instance, you find login 1, L1, L2, L3, L4. So there is a database inside it. Under this database, this is a database.
Users are there. Okay.
You can find U1, U2, U3, U4. So whenever you take backup of this database and restore in some other instance, so with the database, with all the data, you are porting users also, but not logins. Logins are instance level. Are you clear?
Yes.
So to avoid this type of scenario, Microsoft introduced contained databases. The concept is called contained database. So under contained database, you have a privilege of directly enter into SQL Server without the support of login. No need of login here. So this U1 directly can enter into SQL Server without the help of login, but it is not considered as an orphan user. How is it? So you can n number of times you can take backup of a database from one server, and you can you can restore the database in another server without affecting any logins, I mean any users. This concept is called contained database and contained user. Okay, so it is a database which produces users without login. How? I'll show you soon. So Microsoft introduced this concept in 2012. After migration, so whenever we do migrations, database migrations, right? So user can directly enter into database without login help. So this contained user is not dependent on login. It can survive independently. Okay, fine. How to do that? So first, any database, you can make it as a contained database. Prerequisites are, okay, go to 34 database. So instance level, you need to change a setting. Right click on this instance, go to properties, go to advanced. Here you can see one option, enable contained databases. So what is the default option here? What is the value of this option? Enable contained databases.
Well,
Default option is false, make it true. Okay, fine. Click on OK. Now restart the server. Done. This is the one prerequisite you need to do. After that, whatever the database you want to create as a contained database, go to that database. So which database we want to create it as a contained database? Let me take GauravDB again. Okay, done.
Okay.
Go to database, go to properties, go to advanced. There is no advanced. Go to options. So here you can see one option, containment type. So containment type, what is the default value?
None.
None. Make it partial. Click on OK. Now you can create a login without, sorry, now you can create a user without login. How can you create that? So what is the user, create user statement? Let me know, create user statement. Create user. What is username? For example, Harry. Okay. For login, right? This is the statement, isn't it? If you want to
Yes.
create a user, this is the statement. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you have a special privilege. You can go to security, go to users, right click, new user. Okay. So instead of creating SQL user with login, SQL user with password, you can choose. So username is Harry. Password, you can choose directly 1234. Confirm password. Just script it out. Let's see what happens. So you can create an user with password. So this is traditional statement and this is contained user statement. Okay. So if I execute this, let me execute this. A login is created. You can only create a user with password in contained database. Where are we? In 35. So we should be in 34. So in this scenario, without changing this session number 63, so instead of 35, we can move to 34. How can we go to that? Click on empty space, right click here, go to connection, go to change connection. So instead of 34, choose 35. Okay. Instead of 35, choose 34, click on OK. Now it changed to 34. So let me execute this. Okay, still, okay, it is in master database, right? We should be in which database? Contained database, that is Gaurav. Now execute this statement. Ta. So we created an user without any login. How it works? Okay, I'll show you. So I'm deleting this 35 database, right? 35 instance database, Gaurav DB. I'm deleting it. Close existing connections and delete it. So what I will do is I'll take backup of this database, right click, toss, backup. I'll change file name because with the same name, we already have one file. So at the end, g1.bak. I'm giving g1.bak. Click on OK. So this is the file and I'll remove this file name. Done. So click on OK. Database is created, backup created. Go to that location. So go to 34th one. Where is 34? Here it is. MS SQL. Go to backups. We have G1 backup. Copy this and come 2 steps back. You can find 35. Go to MS SQL. Paste under backups. Done. Now go to here. So restore the database in 35. Go to database. Restore database. Go to device location. Add. Click on add. We have G1. Click on OK. Files, relocate all files to folder, click on OK. What happened? Name something has changed. Just a minute. So we will discuss all options later. Okay, restore database, GoRoDB, fine. From disk is fine. This is the location. With move file, all these options are required. No need to remember all these things. Later we will discuss. So okay, all these options not required. Name you need to change here as a G1 database. G1 DB. Execute. Okay, here, so instance level, we have not changed settings. Right click here, go to properties, go to where advanced. So enable contain database, make it true. Click on OK, restart this. So whenever you get an error, don't panic immediately. So on the error itself, it will show us what is the solution. So by seeing error, we can 90% problem, so we can solve. Execute this. Done. Now go to G1 database, refresh this. So we have G1 DB. I want to connect to G1 DB. Who want to connect? We have Hari login, right? So recently we have created a user. Hari is not a login. Hari is an user. Okay. So let me connect to Hari. Click on connect. So instead of Windows authentication, I'll take SQL authentication. Username, instead of login name, I'll give username and password is 1234. Any doubts here? Let me click on this. So here you need to go to connection properties and select the database name. So you cannot connect to all databases because you can connect to, here is, we are connecting with username. So we can only connect to G1DB. Is it clear? Click on connect. Login failed for Hari. So where are we? Just a minute. Let me troubleshoot. Go to GoRoDB, G1DB, refresh. Go to security, users. We have Hari, fine. Properties, options, containment partial. Okay, it is partial only. So we can directly connect to this database. Let me try one more time. G1DB. So server name is 35. SQL authentication, username is Hari. Password is 1234. Then trust server certificate. Go to connection properties. The database name is G1_DB. Yes, we connected.
Right.
See the difference. So this is instance level direct database. Okay. And this is contained database. So under contained database, you cannot find all options. So here, what you can find databases, okay, security, server objects, replication, all these. But here you can see only which option?
Database.
Databases. That's it. So you are specifically connecting to only that database because you are authorized to connect only contained database. You connected as a contained user. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Any doubts? So this concept is called as contained database, and the user we create it called as contained user. So under contained database, whenever you are connecting with contained user, you can see only that database under that instance. You cannot see other databases. That is the only thing you need to remember. So this is the concept. So you need to enable instance level setting and database level settings. Then you can create a username with password. Okay. So this is how contained database works. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let me go to other topic that is called as impersonate. Okay. So you can see this impersonate option in many settings in future also. So let me show you what is impersonate. Do you know what this picture means? Both of you. Did you know the back end story of these pictures? So this picture is taken from a movie. Movie name was called as Avatar. Okay. So it was wonderful movie, and I think Steven Spielberg or some other director, one of the famous director of the Hollywood. Okay, so now Avatar 2 also came. The movie was from, I think, 10, 11 years ago. So in the movie, so we are humans. We want to go to some other planet to explore some material that is called as adamantium. So in the process on that planet, so some other tribes are already living there. The tribes look like this. Okay. So to mingle with the tribes, humans done a research. So as a part of research, they created their own bodies. For example, I am here. So with my DNA, they will mix with native tribe DNA. They will create a body. So this is only body. So he can connect to this body through one machine. So whenever it is wireless connectivity. So whenever he sleeps in that mission, so this human will go to sleep in here and this body will be activated. Okay, that was about movie background. Now why I am telling all this comparison is, in this movie, uh, he's paralyzed. He's an army officer. He don't have legs. But whenever he connects to with this body, he can run, he can walk, he can do whatever he wants with these legs. Even though he doesn't have any power for his leg, whenever he connected as this body, he can utilize this leg. Okay. So same person with other body, if he shift to this body, he can utilize whatever he doesn't have. Even though he doesn't have that power, if this body has that power, he can utilize all the powers. In the same way, we use impersonate. Okay. So how to use impersonate? Let me show you. So go to batch 34. So here I'll create another database. Database name is Giri database. Create database. Database name is Giri. Done. So under Giri, I'll create two logins. Use Giri. Done. So login name one is create login. Login name one is avatar. So this body is considered as avatar in the movie. Remember that. Okay, this is avatar. Hero name is actress. Actor name is Jack. So create login. Login name is avatar with password is equal to 1234. Execute this. Done. So now what I'll do is I'll give some permissions to, I'll give legs to avatar. Okay. Legs here is create any database permission. Go to 34, refresh this, go to security. We have a login, right? Login avatar, go to here. I'll provide some permission, go to securables. So under instance level securables, I'll give a permission, which is purpose, click on OK. So create database. Create database. Create any database. Done. Click on OK. So now Avatar can create any database. For example, if you want to check, you can connect to instance 34 with the help of Avatar. Let me try this. Avatar. Password is 1234. Connect to this database. Done. So now let me execute create database statement from here. Who is executing this statement? Who is executing this statement?
Avatar is executing it.
Avatar. How can you tell that? So
We have in the
from
bottom.
here, yes, from here you can see the login name. Okay. So execute this. Now Avatar can create a database. Okay. Let me create one more login. So that login name is create login. Login name is Jack with password equal to 1234. So now Jack login is there. I can connect to SQL Server using Jack login. Password is 1234. Connect to instance. Now create database. Database. Test2. Execute this. See, I don't have any permissions. Give me a second, I'll be back. A moment, please. Okay, I'm back. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the scenario we are discussing? We have two logins. Login name is Avatar. Avatar has create database permission. So and another login name is Jack. Jack doesn't have any permissions. Is it clear? Okay. So whenever Jack use impersonate permission, Jack can connect to Avatar. He can create database. Even though Jack doesn't have any permission, if he connect as Avatar, so he can create database because Avatar has create database permission. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So let me first we need to provide impersonate permission. Impersonate permission to Jack. Okay. So who need to create it? Who need to give this permission? Sysadmin. Go to Hurry. Login. Which login? Okay. So I'll show you graphically also, command line also. Graphically, we give like this. Sorry, command wise. So this is the command. Okay. Grant impersonate on login avatar to whom? To Jack we are giving. Okay. So who is giving this permission? Sysadmin need to provide this. Done. Execute this. Permissions at server scope can only be granted when the current database is master. Okay. So what it is telling is before providing any permissions on instance level, use master database. Execute this. Done. So now Jack has impersonate permission. What he can do, let's see. So I'll execute this statement one more time. Who is executing this statement?
Jack.
Jack. Okay. Jack doesn't have any permission, create database permission. Now let's see. So I'll use one statement, execute as avatar. Is that correct? Execute as login, sorry. Login is equal to avatar. So whenever I need this work, whenever I need to do temporary work, so I am Jack actually. So I'll execute as avatar login. Now I'll get that powers. Now I can create this database. See this, copy this, make it here, execute this, done. Did I create any database? Who is creating database?
Jack only.
Does Jack have any permissions?
No.
No. Even though Jack doesn't have any permissions, he can still able to create database because so he is using his impersonate, he is connecting to avatar. So avatar has the create database permission. With the help of that permissions list, he can able to create a new database. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so whenever he doesn't want to behave like avatar, he can just simply use revert statement. Okay, execute revert statement. Now try to create database. See, now he doesn't have the permission. So this scenario when we can use, this scenario we can use, for example, some person, some admin, for example, sysadmin contains all permissions. Our junior level DBA or middle level DBA contain all permissions. A developer wants to create some operation. So that work, sysadmin doesn't know how to do that. In that scenario, temporarily sysadmin can grant impersonate to developer. So developer can log in as a sysadmin with the monitoring of sysadmin. So he can do whatever the work he wants. Then he can revert from that scenario. So whenever he reverts, immediately sysadmin will remove impersonate permissions. So when a person temporarily wants to connect as another user, we use impersonate. Is it clear? Any doubts here? So both of you guys, didn't you see this movie? Didn't you watch this Avatar movie?
No.
You have watched it.
It was a great movie. I recommend you to see this movie.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then we have an application role. So we already discussed about server role, right? Instance level server role,
Yes.
instance level server role, and database level database role. We have another role that is called application role. So we discussed this custom roles also, right, Gauravji? Custom role. So whatever permission we want,
Yes.
we can create our individual permissions, our choice of permissions. With the group permissions, we can create a role. So this application role, normally DBS don't create any application roles. So whoever wants, mostly developers create this role. So we will manage this role. Whenever it is created, we can manage this role. So where is this role? Go to databases, go to any database. Jack doesn't have any permission. So go to Harry, go to database, open any database, go to security, go to roles. So this is database role and this is application. So right click on new application role. This is not easy task, not like this. So we have to create some procedure inside it. Okay, so this will be created by developers. But once after creating, we can manage this application. So whenever an application wants to connect, not person, whenever an application wants to connect to SQL Server. Okay. So in that scenario, you can use this application role. So there is a lot of procedure inside it. So we need to follow all these statements. It is not required for us, but know what is the application role. Once it is created, if you want to give access to anybody for application role, you can provide access. You can provide permissions to application role, whatever you want, you can create. That is the thing. And one more thing is MSDB roles. So go to a database role, go to role. So any database, if you see, you can find these roles, 9 roles. What are these roles? Okay, D4 as DBO. So D4 means data reader, data writer, deny data reader, deny data writer. A for access admin. Okay, S for security admin. Again, D for DDL admin. B for backup operator, O for owner. So any database, you can see these 4 plus 4, 9 roles. Okay, but if you go to system databases, system databases, go to master database, go to security, go to roles. Here also, you can see these roles. But if you go to MSDB database, so there will be multiple database roles you can find. So apart from these 9 roles, you can have different roles. For example, SSIS admin, SSIS, okay, LTD user, operator, admin, operator, proxy. So all these are different roles. So you have more roles under MSDB. So back in then, multiple persons using MSDB with these roles. Nowadays, so we are not assigning anyway. We are not assigning any roles. We are just assigning permissions only. Simply remember, under MSDB we have multiple roles. That's it. So with this, we completed security topic. Let me stop here.